So our friends at the Bank of Canada were back at it again today, increasing the overnight rate by another 1/4 percentage point, which brings the count to 10 rate increases for a cumulative total of 4.75%, which is significant. And I think this one's probably going to sting a little bit more than most because anecdotally, the clients and borrowers that I speak to, in addition to colleagues, friends, and partners, we're all feeling the pinch of A, the higher cost of living, but B, higher borrowing costs and servicing costs. And that's something that is being broadly felt, which begs the question, why? Why do we need another one at this point? And I'm not sure we did. However, the Bank of Canada saw fit to. And I think what they're trying to fight in large part is just consumption. And in Canada, our population growth has exceeded any other developed nation. And that adds a certain amount of stress and strain to the system. If we don't expand the infrastructure and supply to meet the increase in demand, you're going to be in a position of excess demand, which is really where we are. So absolute consumption is up, but I think you're starting to see a lot of articles on per capita consumption and growth, which are not maybe as rosy as what the total numbers would look like, right? If you distill it down on an individual basis, it begins to look a little bit better and probably takes a little bit of pressure off the Bank of Canada. However, we are where we are. We have increased interest rates. And I think the question I get asked most is, what do we do with that information and where do we go from here? What's interesting to note is after this rate increase, the bond market actually dipped, meaning yields dropped. Now, that's the market that basically predicts the Bank of Canada's path, and they are largely the primary factor determining fixed mortgage rates. And so in seeing that, it says that the market sees this as an inflection point, meaning that we probably reached the ceiling. And really, it's hard to imagine rates going higher, though that obviously still is in the realm of possibility. Now, given that we're sitting at 5%, a neutral policy rate, according to the Bank of Canada, is between 2 and 3%. So call it 2.5%. We are roughly double what net neutral looks like. Now, the indications of recession on the horizon are growing louder every day. And so it's likely that we see some form of economic slowdown. Now, with that, it will bring an easing of rate policy, at least back down to neutral, potentially lower, but I don't think that's something we want to expect. But at least we can expect probably a 2% drop in the overnight rate over the course of the coming months and years. Now, we don't know when that starts. We don't know how quickly that will happen, but it is something that I think is a reasonable expectation to have. So jumping ship to a fixed rate right now probably means you're taking fixed rates at the peak, which could be a difficult pill to swallow as rates begin to drop. Now, it takes the possibility of further rate increases out, so it's not without its advantages, but it is one that has to be sort of a calculated risk. And bulk advice is generally a dangerous thing. It's something where you want to evaluate your finances and your ability to sustain any further increases, go through some options and discuss that. So if that's something that you're interested in, we'd be happy to connect with you and go through your unique situation. Hope all's well out there. Cheers.